All right, it's time to learn how to bend on this sucker. Something I want you to keep in mind as you're going through this process. Right now you're working on your tongue blocking skills. You're learning how to move around the harmonica with good rhythm, good tone, some tremolo in there within the 12-bar blues progression. And you're playing some of the study songs I've provided and you're starting to sound pretty good. Now you're digging into bending. You know that's an important technique on the instrument. And keep in mind that we want to practice this for a while before you put it into a musical context, because this is a challenging technique. It really gets down to experiment, experiment, experiment. I'm giving you the general area in which your tongue needs to be to create the bend. But do you really know what you're doing with your tongue inside your mouth? When I was first thinking about the process of bending, when I first started teaching many years ago, 18s when I first started teaching harmonica, I was sitting down thinking about what my tongue's doing. And I'm thinking about it, all right, my tongue's doing this. And then about 15 minutes later, I figured, my tongue ain't doing that. I thought my tongue was moving forward, then I confirmed, yeah, the tongue's moving back, and it really took a while to get used to what my tongue was doing inside the mouth. So I would recommend you spend some quiet time, you and your tongue, quality time, just thinking about how you feel the upper set of teeth. How does the tongue lay in relatively to the teeth? Do you feel the tongue inside the teeth, touching the roof of the mouth? How humped do you feel it? You really need to get in tune with what your tongue is doing in your body. And even though I'm telling you to go to a specific location and you bring it to that location, you get no bend. You got to experiment. Try moving the tongue a little further forward. Try a little further back. Try humping more of the front, or more of the middle, or more of the back, or more of the entire tongue. It all gets down to doing reps. I'm giving you the general science behind it of where the tongue generally needs to be, what the reed does. It really is all up to you to experiment, experiment, experiment to find that. You might have many, many hours before you find your first bend. You might get your first bend in just a couple moments. The main thing is you just got to experiment to find that. And when it comes to controlling the pitch, it's the same way. It really just gets down to reps and reps, thousands and thousands of reps. It's a great sounding technique on the harmonica. Just realize it's going to take some time to develop. It's taken all of us time to develop. I've now been playing for 22 years. So playing the instrument for 22 years, I still work on my bending control. It's just something that we do as someone who plays the harmonica. So with that little pep talk, here we go on the harmonica playing our first bend. Let's start with the sixth draw on your A harmonica. And this is going to be our general location in the mouth. So I'm going to start just by playing a good, clean, good toned sixth draw. Let's do that together. Sixth draw. Again. Then I'm going to bring my tongue up. I'm going to hump it up into that I. I'm going to feel the tongue go in between the upper set of teeth towards the roof of the mouth. And that's that area we were speaking of before. So you're playing your sixth draw. You may even feel that your tongue is humping up and forward as you're doing the bend, which just means that your mouth was not tuned to a high enough pitch to begin with. Because really what we're doing is we're starting by tuning our mouth a little bit higher in pitch to the reed, and then doing our wave-like action so that the chamber in the mouth gets a little bit lower in pitch. Then we actually are tuned to that pitch, and as the tongue continues, it then draws it back. So it'll take some time to find out where those sweet spots are, but at first you might feel that your tongue is moving up and forward a little bit to access that general area of the mouth. You can help this by actually making your whole mouth just a little bit smaller. So maybe you don't drop your jaw as much, and you hump the entire range of the tongue a little bit more so that in general the mouth is tuned to a little bit higher pitch altogether before you get started. But in general, we're going to think fairly small and very small amount of movement for your six. So let's try that six again. And that's the full bottom of the sixth draw. Six draw, six bend. All right, pause the tape, try that for a moment.